How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Manchester City career mode here on FIFA 19. It's another long overdue one, so massive apologies for the delay on this series again. I mentioned it in a couple of City videos over the last couple of weeks that it's difficult to get a balance going with this series as well as the in real life City stuff, because obviously that's becoming a lot more thick and fast, those videos are at the moment, because of all the games in December. But yeah, just apologies. I will be doing my best to get these up as often as I can. I know you guys are really enjoying the series, and again on this episode, if you do enjoy it, make sure to leave a big thumbs up, make sure to comment down below with your thoughts and opinions on the episode, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. I'm actually off work on Saturday, so I'll be doing my utmost, and it shouldn't be a problem to get one of these out over the weekend as well. So you should be getting a couple of episodes in a matter of a few days, so hopefully you guys will be looking forward to that as well. But yeah, we've got 3 games in 3 different competitions today. We've got the second leg of our game against Roma in the Champions League, looking very comfortable in that one after we won 3-0 in Rome in the first leg. And then we've got a game in the Premier League against Watford and a game in the FA Cup against Brighton. So 3 games, 3 competitions, a little bit unusual without any messing around. Let's get into the first one, Roma second leg. Yes, here we are, guys. Welcome to the first game of today's episode. We're playing against Roma. We are at home and we are in a great position, as you can see there in the bottom left, after a 3-0 win in the first leg away from home. I didn't want to do a complete switch around for the 11 in this game because if we were to concede early, there's always a chance of a collapse, isn't there? So I didn't want to take the risk on that, but there are a few players coming into the team, and we'll be seeing those in the lineup in just a second. But we're in a very strong position in this game, and it should be a smooth progression into the next round, hopefully. So here is our lineup for the game, guys. We've got Ederson in between the sticks, so back 4 of Stones, Laporte, Walker in at right back, and Zinchenko coming in for another start at left back, purely because he's got up in ratings again. There's 77 rated, just keeps on improving. Toussaint comes in with De Bruyne and David Silva, with Jesus, Mahrez and Sane leading the line. We all know that Roma brought in Anthony Martial from last episode, and we did notice that they were missing Edin Dzeko. I've done a bit of research as to where he's ended up, and he's actually at Liverpool of all places, Edin Dzeko. So a bit of a different Roma team than in real life. Of course, that's kind of the funny career mode, though, seeing who these teams bring in. Also got Asenjo in between the sticks, I believe, that they brought in from what I can recall from the last time we played them as well. But the rest of the team, I think, looks pretty similar. So yeah, Asenjo is in goal, Kolarov making a return back at the Etihad, and you can see Martial, formerly of United, of course, in there as well. Are there any other new faces? Manolas, Marcano, Karsdorp, Martial, Schick, El Shaarawy. No, I think the rest of the Roma team is pretty much as you'd expect it. So hopefully we can have a game like we did the first time round, where we beat them 3-0. Let's get into it, guys. Come on. Do start there, little knock off his head, but he manages to bring it down regardless. This is a nice bit of football. Look at the run through the middle. This could settle it. Oh, we've clipped the post. First really big chance of the game. Fell to John Stones. What was he doing there in the first place? I have no idea. But he nearly took away the chance, and it remains 0-0. But if that was a goal, 4-0 on aggregate, you'd think there was no coming back for Roma. It's a good interception by Roma, to be fair, but Zinchenko got it back again and found a nice ball to Sane, who's held off the defender well. He's looking in the middle. It's got to be. It's 1-0. Get in there. That is going to be the settler, I think. It's great play from Zinchenko. I'll skip the replay. Completely by accident. That's habit from Ultimate Team, that is. Apologies. But yeah, Zinchenko did well down at left-hand side. Pulled back to him by Leroy Sane and smacked him first time by De Bruyne. 1-0 up, and like I say, that should put the game to bed now, you'd think. Zinchenko got to be careful not to lose him, man, there. Karsdorp's looking for him. He has found him as well. Oof, I'll tell you what, it hit Laporte, and that could have gone anywhere. Zinchenko came out to try and stop the player on the ball, but ended up leaving a bit of space in behind. And it's a good save from Ederson, and look at this, just clips on there at Laporte. You're not going to see it on the replay, unfortunately, but it flies over the bar. Could have gone anywhere. Whipped into the box by Roma. What can we do here? Oh, Ederson gets down well to parry it away. Get rid of it, get rid of it. We've not got rid of it yet. Oh, and they've scored. It's 1-1. It comes from a couple of corners. The pressure paying off, and it's Stefan El Shaarawy. Very, very dangerous player on his day. And he meets the volley really nicely, to be fair. He failed to clear the corner, and you're always going to pay the price when that's the case. Just lingers in the air. I don't think there's too much we could have done about it, but I'll tell you what, he meets that volley so sweet, and they're getting away goal. 4-1 in aggregate. If they score another 3, they're going through. And Roma trying to capitalise on this bit of momentum, and I think that's going to be another corner, you know. All these chances are pretty much half chances, but they're causing corners, and they're causing problems. They win it again, and it's nodded off the line. And Roma really are causing big issues from corners. And that's going to be a goal kick. I thought it was going to be another corner. Thank God for that. I've given it away far too cheaply. Now Ashrawi was going to come forward again. Flipping heck, all of a sudden. We've invited pressure on ourselves and we're 2-1 down. It's only the 30th minute. We need to be careful here. I'll tell you what, that is a freaking rocket of a finish from El Shaarawy. I actually thought we might have recovered here and got in, but he takes it early. And look at that for a strike. Edison, no chance. Precautions need to be taken here. We can't throw this away. Mahrez, great ball to the... Oh, fantastic ball that looked like, but they managed to get it clear. Ashrawi again tried to hold it up for the counter attack, but we nick it back. Riyad Mahrez, what can we do? Spins inside, left foot finesse. Oh, it's flashed wide of the post. Zinchenko's got caught inside again. It's El Shaarawy, he's hit the bar. Oh, Roma have got another goal. I can't believe this is happening right now. We are now just 4-3 up on aggregate. Everything that could fall Roma's way right now seems to be doing so. It's very, very frustrating because I feel like it's almost another power that's dictating this game. It's ridiculous. You can see, shot here, great effort off the post, and look at that, just like a magnet to the man who slams it in first time. And this is making up for a grandstand finish for the last 20 minutes now. We need another goal. I do fancy us to get one though. Cutrone, come on, bring it out. This should be enough now. Jesus. Can we get it back to Cutrone? No, we can't. Jesus, please get that back. Ref, where's your whistle? Where's your whistle? I need the whistle, please. Not like this. No, surely not. Surely not. Thank God for that. We are through. There's the full-time whistle. That was so much more intense and close than it needed to be. But I could not touch Roma in that game. That had so many chances. I really felt like they were going to go through in this game. I really felt like it. Thank God we scored that early goal. We go through 4-3 on aggregate. But look at that. It's so rare for us to be battered by that. I mean, look at this, the shot counts. I mean, again, I felt like I could not touch Roma there. We do just about enough to get through in the end thanks to that early goal. And yeah, deep breath. Let's move on to the next one. Here we are then, guys. The second game of today's episode. Back in action in the Premier League in a game against Watford. A must-win game. We've seen the table many times over the last couple of episodes. It's very tight at the top between us and Spurs, and to be honest, it's very tight at the top in general, and these are the kind of games that we need to make sure we win to keep up the pressure on those teams at the top. You can see we're still the top scoring team, 6 goals clear of Liverpool at the top, but we are coming into this one with a couple of different players in the lineup. A few rotations have been, a few players have been swapped in for rotation. We have got a game in the Cup next match, so we'll be rotating a game for that one, but it's that classic time of the season where you go through sort of December, January, where the games come thick and fast. So, you know, it's not to be surprised that it's not surprising that we've got all these games. But here's the lineup. You can see Edison in goal, and Babu, Stones, Laporte, and Mendy making up the back four with a midfield of Foden, Fernandinho, and Bernardo Silva, and a front three then of Sterling, Aguero, and Sane. So a bit of a mixture there of some new players, some young players, some more experienced players. Hopefully it should be enough to get the job done. But let's take a look at the Watford lineup. Here we are then. So how are Watford going to line up? They've got Foster in goal, who of course had a blinder of a game against City in reality very recently. Firmino, Cabaselli, Lopez, and Delph, of course. I forgot about Delph. I had to double tap that he's at Watford now on this career mode. And they've got Deeney and Elkson up front midfield. They've got Pereira, Doucouré, Capuy, and Delafeu. So there are some dangerous players in there. And Delph completely forgot with Sodom in January. So, well, I hadn't forgot with Sodom. I forgot he'd gone to Watford. So he's playing against us for the first time. And yeah, let's hope he has a bad game. It's a poor kick from Foster, to be fair. We end up picking it up the middle with in the middle with Foden. Nice little pass into the middle of the park. And Bernardo finds Aguero. They've got Sterling at the bottom. He can use that fantastic pace and agility to really get at Watford. He does so well. Oh, and Foster makes a good save from Aguero. We hope that's not going to be a pattern of the game. And they do end up going back, so we have now got a few more men behind the ball, which is nice. And we nick it in a good area. Bernardo in there twice very sharply. Finds Aguero. Going to go back to Bernardo and then back to Aguero again. We've got to finish this, surely. It's 1-0. Get in there, boys. We had so much time to think about that after being put in on goal, but that was all... Oh, my word. What a celebration with the fans that is. That is madness. But all about Bernardo Silva's determination in the middle of the park. That one won the ball back twice in quick succession. Feeds Aguero, who could not miss. Well, he could miss, but you'd be surprised if he did a player of Aguero's quality. And 1-0 lead, that's what we needed. It's going to be another cross to come in. As I said, they've been causing us problems, but we do well that time. Rush the clearance though, and Watford are only going to come back stronger and keep on coming and growing into the game. And as I say, they do get back into the game. They've been putting us under a real spell of pressure. Lots of crosses that we struggle to deal with, and eventually it does pay off. It's a goal for Premeir. We looked so comfortable when we went 1-0 up, but all of a sudden, like I said, just a spell of pressure that we couldn't get out of. And it gets Watford back into the game. Look, we get the footing there. It's really unfortunate, and Edison, he gets a hand to that, but you can't blame him for not clearing it because it's a phenomenal strike from Premeir with so much power on it. Look at that first time. We need to get back on the wagon and get back going again here, lads. Bounce back. Son did well to get anything on that, to be fair, but he has been taken down for getting to it. Aguero to bring it away now. Look at the run for Bernardo. We've got the chance here. Bernardo Silva, come on, lad. Hold off the defender. It's a good save. The opposite combination to the one that led to the first goal. Aguero to Bernardo that time. Come on, let's get rid of these. Let's get a counter-attack. Let's do this. Put the ball away initially quite well, but Watford with Premeir. Attack's not over. It's a good ball in. Oh my God, how are we 2-1 down? Why are we struggling so much lately? We're going to struggle to win this game now. I don't know what to say, man. They have these little patches and they get some balls into the box and they make them count. We struggle to defend crosses so much of late, and now with 15 minutes to go, we're 2-1 down at home to Watford. We will not win the league if we keep dropping points like this. It's poor. We've got 2 minutes to go, plus the stoppage time, and to be honest, I am just like feeling mugged off right now. I feel like whatever we try, it's not working, and again, he's offside. It's just very frustrating right now. I actually feel like this little poor run of late, it's not been abysmal, but you know, this will be 2 losses in a row now in today's episode. Potentially, if we don't get an equalise here. I just feel like this poor run's been coming, but we might need a system change or something, because for whatever reason, the last few matches, the last couple of episodes, we haven't been able to grind out the results as the 4-time whistle goes on a fucking piss poor result. We've not been able to get the results or the performances that we were getting at the start of the season. Whether that's because teams adapting career mode, I don't know, when they get used to the system that we're playing. But, I mean, look at that. Watford have matched us there at home. It's ridiculous. We were blowing these teams away at the start of the season, especially at home. We barely lost a game. And then all of a sudden, the last sort of 5 or 10, it's been really, really tough. I don't know what's changed, but maybe we need to change. Maybe we need to put together a new system or something like that. But we've got another game now against Brighton to end off the episode in the Cup, but I genuinely think we might need a new system because something's changed. It's just not working like it was before. You can see as well, of course, this is going to be the last game of the episode in terms of Premier League matches. We are now 5 points behind Spurs. 5 points with 10 games left. We need to play 10 games in the Premier League and win all 10 to make sure we win this league title. If we do that, I am confident that we'll win the league. But Tottenham, they've been so good this season. We're really struggling to match the pace. I mean, we started off the season so well, but it's genuinely going to be tough now to catch them up. We can't afford to slip up again like we have today. You can see the draw for the Champions League's taken place as well. Who are we going to get? I've not actually seen myself yet. We are facing Leon. Leon that we had in the group stage, who causes issues as well. That is going to be an interesting game. Of course, a team that I wouldn't want to play again in reality because they cause us real problems in real life as well. But yeah, game against Brighton now. Let's just get a win, please. Here we go then, guys. The last game of today's episode. Brighton away in the FA Cup round of 16, I believe this is, at the Amex. It's been a frustrating one, this has. Been a frustrating one. I'm going to say now, in the build up to this one, leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below on a new system that we can play. Because I'm almost 100%, I am 100% certain that we are going to be doing a change in formation or something in the next episode to try and turn around what have been our very mixed results over the last few episodes. So looking to turn that around, and I think a system change is the way to do it. So leave your thoughts in the comment section down below on that. But playing a very rotated 11 as you'd imagine in the FA Cup. You know, Brighton, we should still have a team here that can win this game. We are playing the same system we've been playing all episode that hasn't been working for whatever reason. Let's hope that can change in today's game, and maybe that'll change my mind on this new system. But I do want to hear your thoughts on it, because, like I say, I really want to change it up because I feel something's not working for whatever reason. Something that was working at the start of the season now isn't, and I can't put my finger on it, and it's really, really annoying me because I want to win the league. Tottenham are now pulling away, and it frustrates me the fact that we might not win it after we're so good for the first half of the season as well. So let's hope we can turn it around, and we could be in for a very dramatic running. But here's our lineup for the game regardless. We've got Jesus, Coutron and Mahrez leading the line with Jesus out on that left-hand side, as we've seen a few times this season. Fernandinho, Foden, De Jong in the middle, and then Babu, De Ligt, Kompany, Zinchenko, and Edison making the back four in defence. Let's get into it. Let's have a win, and let's try and end this episode on somewhat of a high. Running at them and does well. Coutron, nice little drop of the shoulder by himself there as well. Where can we go here? Jesus has done well, to be fair. He's done very well. Coutron, that's what we like to see. Why couldn't we have done that in the last game? Absolutely cut through Brighton. Like they weren't even there. And Coutron gets another goal since joining us in January. Whenever he's played, to be fair, he's done really well. And like I say, another goal for him there. But we've just cut through Brighton so easily. Where was that in the last match, man? We could not get a goal to put that Watford game to bed after taking the lead. And when you see us cut through Brighton that easily like that, you question what's going on, really, don't you? Fernandinho bringing it forward now. Good ball out wide. Find Jesus again, who's been excellent so far. Look at him go here. Jesus, 2-0 up, inside 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Maybe we don't need a new system. Maybe we do. Maybe we need to play some of these players more often that perhaps don't start. Who knows? But we have cut through Brighton with ease at the start of this game, and this has been a bit more like it. A lovely spinning side by Jesus, who's been involved heavily in both goals now, and what a finish that is as well. 2-0 up. If we played like this in the league, we'd be a lot better off than we are right now, but we seem to stutter in the league so much, and I don't know why.
Sports of the Premier League fixture, Brighton and Hove Albion, they'll be facing Leicester City. Yeah, I've had a lot of supporters getting soft.
Poor defending by myself. And I'm made to pay for it. I tell you what, it's poor for me because I bought the centre-back out and they punished you. I don't mind that because I can see my error there. That could have been prevented. That was poor from me. And I tell you what though, they don't have punish you. Look, I'll come out with the defender. I'll leave the gap behind. And look at that, 20 yards out. What a strike that is. The first sniff of goal that Brighton have had, and they take it. But that was just poor from myself. We, you know, that was preventable. Really poor goal to give away, really. Smashed down by Gross. And yeah, let's hope there's not a mighty Brighton comeback on the horizon, shall we? Look at the space at the bottom here. It's got to be from Jesus. He has found himself in all the right places in this game so far. Gabriel Jesus makes it 3. 2 goals and assists for him in this game. He has been outstanding, and I think he's warranted a start in the next game right now when you consider the little bit of a dip in form we're having. He's come into the team on that right-hand side, and he's been absolutely outstanding. I think Sane might be in for a drop-in in the next game if Jesus keeps this up, because honestly, he has been absolutely phenomenal. Jesus, that's fantastic. Play goes the long way around, but makes it count. Lovely little ball roll as well. We've got the square on, and that is for, and that is all about Gabriel Jesus, not Riyad Mahrez. Foden is that puts it home for one of his first few. I think that's only his second goal for the club so far this season. Not been on the end of many chances like that though, to be fair. Absolutely put on a plate by Jesus, who again, I can't reiterate it enough, has been absolutely phenomenal in this game. Outstanding. He's going to start next game now, I'm telling you now. As long as I remember this for the next episode that I record it, he has to start because he's been outstanding, and he has been the difference in what has been a little poor run we've had lately in this one. It's only one game and I don't want to get carried away, but honestly, he's felt phenomenal. Young. Fernandinho looking to the edge. Foden. Back to De Jong. Finds Foden again. Going to play that round the corner. Ah, it's a lovely idea and a lovely little move, but just couldn't quite put it home with Fernandinho. This has been much more like it in this game. Of course it is, because it's a cup game where, you know, I'd rather be playing like this in the league, but this, it gives me hope. It gives me hope that we can win 10 in a row in the league and perhaps snatch the title away from Spurs. Well, there's a couple of minutes been added on. It's been a largely comfortable game, 4-1 at the moment. Obviously, not a lot happening in the second half. But despite the fact it's been so comfortable, you can still see the cracks in terms of all of our opponents seem to be winning headers from crosses and corners right now, and that's what seems like it's costing us. But it's not going to make us pay in this game. We are going to come away with the 4-1 win and progress into the next round of the FA Cup, which is very, very exciting. And despite the fact it feels like it's been a poor episode on the whole, I still feel like we can win the league. 5 points behind. We've got to play Tottenham again. I feel like it's possible, definitely. We're not giving up on it by any stretch of the imagination. We need to make sure we win all our games in the league now. We're still in the Champions League into the next round where we've got Lyon. And we're into the next round of the FA Cup. So the bigger picture is still looking decent. We just need to... The real concern is the league. We need to get some form going in the Premier League, where it's been really tough to do so. We've got West Ham next, as you can see, which will be in the next episode. But leave any thoughts in the comment section down below in terms of system or something that you think we should change to perhaps freshen it up for our league form, because it quite simply hasn't been good enough, and we are in danger now. If we have a couple of more results like today against Watford, it will be over. We've got no more room for messing about or mistakes, so we need to get on it. We need to win 10 out of 10, and if we do that, I think we'll win the league. But that is going to end off this episode, guys. Again, so sorry for the big delay between the episodes, but I hope you did enjoy this and it was worth the wait, despite the fact that I've been a bit moany and frustrated throughout part of the episode. I hope you still have enjoyed it, and yeah, I will speak to you on the next video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Nidge out.